Welcome back, everybody. Another edition for today. Here, back with some Overwatch action. My name is Luis Camacho, and I'm here joined with
Ethan Dela Cruz.
So tell me, Ethan, what are your thoughts for today's game?
I'm really excited because it's my first time doing Overwatch after a long Overwatch break, and I finally.
Because let's just say it's an organized, Prosper to be exact, is more of an organization. It has I would say more of a group of select players, which we'll see. Bosco Tech still got a good record so far, 1 win, 1 loss, while Prosper has been overall really prominent with 2 wins and no losses so far. So we'll see how today goes. Again, both teams really competitive. Bosco Tech, and as we just start right away, as Orisa here for Dasby straight into action against full on going straight to action against Prosper.
It's an Orisa and JQ a matchup right here. Both very close quarters tanks right now. Discord assault on the tank. Well, like JQ at a very low health right now. It seems like the support's doing their job very well on Bosco Tech's side.
Yeah, just keeping Dasby alive as he goes. Oh my god, what an incredible range of kills. Salad and Salad is on fire.
A team kill in the first few minutes. This is going to be totally crucial of how this game is going to play out. Because whoever gets control of the check of point first will obviously have a bigger advantage here. It seems like Bosco Tech is really holding up close angles right now.
Now look, as you mentioned, sorry Ethan, Bosco Tech holding on those angles. Again, Dasby taking the more monkey-happy approach of just going against the entire enemy team.
Looks like Orisa here is saving up her ult over here. Gets a kill on Soldier. JQ with the sledge. Here comes the ultimate! Big play over here with the double kill.
5-player kill streak already as Bosco Tech has 36% of the points.
JQ out. Looking for this final kill. A switch to Junkrat to counter the Orisa.
Now switching here to Euphoric as Kiriko. Again, Bosco Tech, really good performance so far, 46%. Again, Prosper, again, as we've seen in previous games for Prosper, they have been really dominant so far, which is just kind of throwing them off guard.
I gotta give a huge applause to the support right now, because I'm looking at Orisa with a discorded orb. He has never gone past half health, so this is really good on our support side.
Now, Casca picking out the best DPS in the game as
more ult coming out to counter Kiriko.
Already, as Moria gets a kill. Oh, it looks to me that they double used ultimates there?
Yeah, it's like 2. Oh, here comes another ult by Soldier.
Now, Baptiste also with his ultimate here. Solid is double kill.
It seems like this is going to be a 3v2 with their tank alive right now. But the support and Soldier is still being able to hold off mid right now.
Yeah,
Tank dead.
Quick kill by King Dodge. Salas again with another kill. Great support control there with Baptiste and Kiriko. Now here, Salad
just having to back off after this push right now.
Yeah, especially it looks to be that they're trying to get inside of the point. 99% overtime! Point contested. It looks to be that Prosper is trying to get the clutch, but no! Gets disabled as Bosco Tech.
Shield and the ult to stall. Wow. What a first round we just witnessed over here. Bosco Tech with an absolute domination over here.
I would say incredible performance here by Bosco Tech, overall dominating a really competitive team such as Prosper. Prosper overall compared to previous matches have been really dominant, so for them to be overwhelmed this first round must have taken them off guard. Overall, I want to point out incredible healer use and support character use there by Bosco Tech. As we saw in the beginning of the match, as I believe it was Dasby was getting supported rather well by Kiriko and King Dodge there. So really, I would say tactical and smart play there by both support characters for Bosco Tech.
Alright. Seems like Prosper over here is going to switch to Gino, hopefully looking for a counter over here, but it seems like Bosco is sticking with the same lineup, even though it's a somewhat different map round.
I would say Holiday switched to Genji.
Oh no, he's been Genji.
Oh yeah, he has been playing Genji. My bad, folks. Now, again, it looks to me that Prosper is the one taking the advantage as the game has been paused.
Oh, this might be
technical difficulties.
Oh, yeah. It seems like a player from Prosper is disconnected. It's either rage quit or Wi-Fi disconnection.
I believe probably a Wi-Fi disconnection. I believe that player is particularly playing at oh, his game crashed.
Ah.
So it looks to be that we're gonna kind of hold off for a bit.
Yeah.
Now overall, this might serve as kind of like a unofficial timeout for both teams. So overall, Ethan, what you would say is well, just before a couple seconds there before we switched here to Ethan, but I would say just overall, Bosco Tech really dominant for that first round. What are your thoughts, Ethan?
Uh, I gotta say, the tank and support diff here in the first round, they did great. I mean, Orisa was really using her energy javelin to really push back, as you can see on the last play,
Yeah.
so they can conquer the overtime and really secure a 100% to 0.
Mm-hmm.
And the support from Bosco Tech, really magnificent job from the Kiriko over here, U4C, JJ.
Yeah, incredible support use. I think that was the standout. Apart from like, I believe it was the player for Orisa there, kind of just going full on. I'm gonna hold down the fort. Now, quick notice here. It looks to be that the player has reconnected. We're going back to in-game live footage here. So as the action just starts going off, it looks to be that Bosco Tech has managed to get 2 kills here. Well, actually 3, 4. My goodness gracious.
A whole team kill right after the pause.
Now, Dasby again taking out almost all of Prosper. Oh, yeah. Trapped. Now, Bosco Tech again, as last match, with being the first to control the secure point. Just managing to try to push back Prosper from getting the point.
Prosper is currently on point right now, but they still have to secure it.
Yes, they're still.
Oh wait, no.
Not really. They're trying to get into it, but that. Oh, Genji trying to get there.
Bosco Tech holding up close again. Really close angles.
Overall, they're utilizing that claustrophobic space to their advantage, a little more tight. Team kill! Oh my goodness! Bosco Tech with a team kill!
This Orisa is built different over here. And they're trying to ego Orisa out Orisa over here with the Orisa matchup.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to push her away. But again, really good, as we mentioned for last round, really good supporters there as he's just getting constantly healed. Now, Salad and Dasby are properly on fire. Salad and Solid is with a kill there too. Now,
Bosco Tech really getting a team kill right next to the spawn. The disrespect. I mean, this underdog story is really something else. The tank play over here, the support difference. Here comes the Kiriko ult. Gets the kill off Junker, Rat, and May. Lucio kill.
oh, that was clean. Now, oh my God, trapping Prosper back at spawn. The disrespect here by Bosco
What
Tech.
am I witnessing? Genji hiding, ready for his ult.
Holding a Dragon Blade. Now, May ultimate there in use. Managed
He's dead. Soldier dead.
4 players have reached their ultimate on Prosper. Now it looks to be Bosco Tech now for the first time into this match, now in the disadvantage of numbers as Prosper is pushing the point.
It's only Orisa and Kiriko that has to contest this. At 96%, here comes the Orisa ult.
Good control there with Orisa. Overtime is now active. 2 players from Prosper. They seem to, and they do. They take the point from Bosco Tech.
Also still at 99% here. Prosper's just gonna have to get the stagger off. Genji trying to back up and trade for kills right now.
Now Prosper for their first point, managing to control the point for the first time of today's match.
Salad, aka Isaac, has switched from Soldier to Cassidy. Let's see if this makes a big difference. And the Orisa to Wrecking Ball switch. Let's see how this works out over here. Take on point.
Ultimates getting thrown left and right by both teams, but it looks to me that we're not seeing too much casualties.
Support dead. Support dead. All Prosper support is dead. Wow.
Good. Bosco Tech there, controlling the 5-player kill streak, and it looks to be that Bosco Tech's the point for point 2. My goodness gracious, what a performance!
Very quick game for Bosco Tech. Play of the game by Orisa, of course.
It has to be overall, I would say, I totally agree on this. Standout player of the match. Just look at that, folks. Just overall Riot controlling Prosper perfectly, getting some kills there.
No ult required.
And that's actually almost a team kill there, too. My goodness.
Wow. The performance by Dasby is incredible. Let me tell you, as a fellow Orisa main, his positioning, he knows when to push up, poke, javelin, his shield, it's peak performance right now. Dasby is completely locked in and focused right now.
Now, overall, I would say, again, Bosco Tech, apart from that perfect tank placement, as Ethan mentioned, incredible use of the support characters. I would like to mention how that specific, like for example before with Kiriko there, incredible positioning here, always making sure, basically gluing himself into the tank, which is usually what you would like for the team to always have a support character, basically just be glued to the tank. But in this situation, I think they mastered that craft of the sense of even in action, he was completely and utterly glued to Mr. Dasby.
Yeah, as you can see, Bosco Tech, they're almost becoming greedy.
Yes.
They're pushing up towards the forward to their spawn, but they're still able to survive for like 2 minutes there.
Yeah, like just the disrespect of keeping them back at spawn,
Yeah.
which is like, at competitive is a really risky move, right? Playing arrogant, but in that way it worked perfectly for them.
Yeah, because like as you can see, the tank Orisa, she's really good on holding back enemies, and with the other team also going Orisa, I mean, it just worked out perfectly for Bosco Tech since Prosper didn't want to counter swap to any dive characters to hopefully get into point besides Lucio. But overall, they did really well just holding up into their spawn, which you really don't see at all in competitive gameplay.
Yeah, I would say probably Prosper's going to try and play more of a counter pick next round. Honestly, now moving on into payload, I believe Prosper's just going to be like, okay, in this situation we got dominated last round. We got to start counter picking their characters. If not, what are we going to do? We're going to get dominated again.
Really excited to see what Prosper is going to pick for their map, as push the payload is obviously different from capturing the point.
Yes.
And if they pick a map like Circuit Royale and they somehow pull that off, because I'm pretty sure Bosco Tech isn't very well diverse with Circuit Royale, as it's a very controversial map per se.
Yes. I believe Bosco is more familiar with London compared to Circuit Royale, but we'll see. Again, that was before. They they could still practice on those maps, and it's still a brand new team compared to before. So we'll see how it pays out, because again, maybe Prosper prepare from the old team compared to the new one.
Of course.
So we'll see how it goes, folks. We'll take here a short break as both teams get ready for the next round. So we'll be right back.
Really excited to see what Dasby's going to pull off. Hello everyone, welcome back, and we are here for round 2, push the payload. Today's map is going to be Midtown. How are we feeling, Luis?
Overall, really feeling great so far, Ethan. Thanks for asking. Again, Bosco Tech, overall, just a quick summary of last round. Bosco Tech extremely dominant there. I believe not even getting a point scored from Prosper. Overall, really dominant performance here, specifically by Dasby, being the standout player of today's match so far, I believe he has yet to swap from Orisa so far.
He has swapped to a Wrecking Ball for like only 10 seconds just to get onto the point, which actually secured the round for round 2.
Yeah. Now, overall, it looks to be, again, moving on to payload, Prosper really needs to readjust so that they can guarantee themselves a better performance compared to last round. Last round, they were completely and utterly dominated to the point of even being disrespected, of getting pushed into the spawn point and being kept there. So, I believe Prosper took this time to say, like, okay, we need to
prosper now.
Yeah, we need to like, start prospering, because what are we gonna do? So again, Prosper being the first team to push the payload, Bosco Tech being the first team to defend. So we'll see how it goes here, folks.
Switch to Diva over here by Prosper. Don't know if this is good counter pick against Orisa.
Actually, really interesting play. Prosper is taking a lot more aggressive approach with his characters. I would say even the tanks allow an aggressive tank like the Diva. But as we're talking, so it is. Davey and Salad are going on fire as just kill everything aside. As This is just basically, again, as last round, pushing the entire Prosper team back.
Again, Bosco Tech really holding up close next to their spawn. The disrespect continuing, and the Widowmaker.
The Widowmaker. Again, Widowmaker extremely well I would say well diverse character for defense, especially just because of that. That holding shot right there, that incredible amount of damage, perfect to pick off DPSs with low HP.
Deadly angle per se.
And
with Zenyatta, which can also be considered a DPS character, I mean, Bosco Tech has a very well diverse team right now. With the poke tank, the dive for DPS, Zen, Widow. I mean, it all comes together now.
Overall,
Soldier game picked off over here. Bosco Tech is now going to have to maintain with a 4v5. The Widowmaker kill to also support it.
Salad making every R6 player really proud right now, holding those angles perfectly.
Absolutely. Even though they were captured in the Orisa ult, he was able to adapt his aim to be ordered to secure that kill, which inevitably led to a team kill. This Orisa performance is really well.
Now Bosco Tech again managing to push back Prosper way back. 2 minutes to count down, and Prosper has yet to activate or even unlock the payload.
Prosper really struggling right now, but 2 minutes. A lot can happen in 2 minutes. One good stagger and they're able to capture the payload.
Yeah.
So let's see if that's gonna happen here.
Now again, Widowmaker holding those incredible angles, trying to get some high ground there. Baptiste now switching more into a DPS role, trying to hold off the fort as Orisa is again facing up the entire Prosper. Saw this with the kill.
Down. Baby Diva killed.
Oh, there's double kill. Throwing those heal grenades left and right. Dasby on fire, taking out almost all of Prosper.
Can't stop him.
Can't stop him, I agree.
Everyone has their ult except Orisa, waiting to see when they're gonna use it. Misses the javelin to the left post.
Hey, sometimes it ain't perfect all the time.
Happens to the best. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. No, but Tima trying to jump in, trying to save the entire team of Prosper, but gets pushed back by Dasby. Oh, ultimate!
Here comes Orisa ult to capture the Diva. Almost secures the Mora too. Mora running away, misses the javelin. Juno soloed off. Juno gets sniped by the Widowmaker. Here comes the McCree.
McCree trying to just run away. Or Cassie. We all know the best names McCree. Now, it looks to me that about 43 seconds in the clock and Prosper has yet to unlock the payload.
Man, Orisa's the only one that has been using his ult on the whole Bosco Tech team. Just as I say that, here comes Sal with the Widow ult. More ult coming in.
Moira again also utilizing.
Diva with the triple kill with the ults. This is now their time. 22 seconds on the clock. Orisa backing down, and that seems to be a team kill.
First team kill for Bosco on Bosco Tech side. Prosper unlocking the payload, getting enough time. Wonderful play there from Diva. Just suicide bombing and killing everyone at side.
Just enough time for Prosper to try and get it. Seems like Sojourn here is going to be staggering right now. And it seems like they have unlocked the payload. Bosco Tech still has 2 minutes to defend this. Still plenty of time.
Now, Bosco Tech, again, as you mentioned, Ethan, they still have enough time to just kind of hold off Prosper. But again, as we've seen through both rounds, here, Gatsby again going head first against Prosper.
Here comes the Zen ult, hoping to make this a final push. Gets the Sojourn. It's trying to find the McCree.
Ultimate just left and right!
It's a double kill off that. Here comes the mech down.
Triple
Baby
kill.
Diva down. And Juno down.
5-player kill streak and appropriately on fire.
Another team kill by Bosco Tech. It always stops when Orisa uses her ult.
Again.
Holding off spawn again.
Oh my god, just trying to push it back even more.
Here comes the McCree ult. Gets the Baptiste. Orisa with no Zen orb, no healing at all.
Quite risky maneuver there.
Gets double team. Mech is down.
I'll Prosper for going for the push as they
Let's take a look at Baptiste here.
Now Baptiste slightly just incorporating himself into the fight. Now again, Prosper pushing the payload a lot more now. Widowmaker with his ultimate.
No one can hide from my sight.
Oh, almost a headshot midair.
60 seconds.
incredible. Oh!
Gets a headshot on that one. Here comes the Baptiste ult.
Baptiste Widowmaker combo here.
Orisa pushing in by herself. Baptiste with the kill. Another team kill by Bosco Tech. Very well execution. Baptiste with the ult and then the Widowmaker with the ult too. They just complement each other perfectly.
Yeah, it's peanut butter and jelly right there. Now, overall, Bosco Tech, another team kill, managing to dominate still. But again, 20 seconds, well, about to be 20 seconds on the clock, and Prosper has yet to reach a checkpoint. But again, it ain't over till it's over. As I mentioned that, Dasby says, "Are you sure about that?" As he utilizes his ultimate.
D.Va ult.
No one and
Oh, the Widow dies from that.
but D.Va gets outgunned here.
Baptiste dead from the D.Va. Mech out, and that's
That's round.
great performance by Bosco Tech on that one.
Score.
I am in utter loss of words, Ethan.
Me too. Me too. I mean, at least Prosper was able to get the capture the payload at least once.
Yeah. Like the only bad thing about it, Bosco not only needs to capture the payload, but legitimately just needs to push it like slightly more, and we're perfect.
Because the angle of spawn, the angle of spawn is really tight, and it's easy for Bosco Tech to just absolutely abuse that angle as there's only one way to go. Dion doing great. Dasby is Dion, who mainly plays.
AKA Monkey Happy.
He mainly plays Doomfist, but now he's switching to Orisa, and it seems to me he works just as good as with Orisa as Doomfist. Really excited to see what's gonna happen in this first half. Second half.
Actually, switching to Wrecking Ball. Really smart play now, choosing a more aggressive tank for the push. Now, Wrecking Ball, if for the folks familiar with Overwatch, back then when he's first introduced, was really prominent, especially for payload. And he still is. He still is. So we'll see if this Bosco Tech manages to outdistance Prosper High School.
Yeah, because Wrecking Ball on offense, when capturing the payload, he can just sit on it and just let the timer just tick down.
Yeah, or just swing around the area of the payload. So
My only problem is, how is Wrecking Ball gonna play with the Widowmaker combo?
Widowmaker on offense is an interesting pick, in my opinion.
And it seems like there's gonna be 2 Widowmakers this game. Wrecking Ball finds the Widow, really distracting the whole team, if may I add, letting the rest of Bosco Tech push up forward.
Now it looks to be, again, Bosco Tech with the other domination here. Now, well, Wrecking Ball here just running away, making sure to live to fight another day. Yet Bosco Tech has yet to unlock the payload so far.
Wrecking Ball with the slam on D.Va. Seems like it's only Wrecking Ball trying to capture point right now. Still 3 minutes on the clock. Baptiste and Wrecking Ball trying to hold off the D.Va over here. Finds a kill on D.Va. Finds the kill on Mora. Dasby with the double kill, being able to secure the point over here. Still have to get through 2 checkpoints on the payload. See how Prosper's gonna react to this.
Rotation there. Bosco Tech already ahead of Prosper High School, maybe unlocking the payload a lot earlier. And they do. Now Bosco Tech is already an advantage. They just need to push past the point where Prosper High School left the payload.
Solid looking a couple shots on his side. Sombra dies to the D.Va. Kind of a troll pick over here, picking Sombra.
Well, see, sometimes at this point, Bosco Tech, I believe, is getting a little cocky here with their picks. Oh, D.Va ultimate!
Does not get anyone. Here comes the Wrecking Ball. Is able to find one by Baptiste. Trying to get the support.
Now it looks to be that Bosco Tech overall again utter domination here. Almost another team kill.
Yeah. 2 meters and it's game. 2-0 Bosco Tech.
So one more.
Is it one more?
So it looks to me
A Widowmaker play the game. Very rare to see.
I would say, yeah, really incredible play there. But overall, I'd say even with Salad's incredible gameplay, not to downplay him, but still, it has to be on fire
Yeah.
for this round specifically.
But a Whittle 3K play the game. Still a well performance by that Widowmaker. I mean, Widowmaker on defense is pretty reasonable, but on
Yeah.
offense, he still performed, which is great to see.
Yeah, even I'd say it was such an abstract pick for offense because, like, again, usually what we're used to seeing is Widowmaker in defense because she's more of a hold down the fort character. But yeah, she can still perfectly work on offense. You just need to know how to use her, which Salad perfectly knew how to.
And we also see a couple switches mid-game too, with Dasby going Wrecking Ball.
And Sombra.
And
Sombra.
Sombra. Kind of a troll pick, almost playing like fully dive over there on Bosco Tech's side, just to be on the offensive side.
Yeah. Now, also, I would say something surprising. They actually swapped out Moira. They looked like, I would say, in general, just the Prosper lineup they selected for defense was really interesting. They're still focusing on a lot more aggression rather than like, okay, let's calm down. They're being but again, Baby Prosper is a more offensive team, right? But in this situations where both teams are just clashing on in offense and you're still always getting outgunned, I think it's one of those situations where you got to step down of offense and just start taking defense a lot more.
Yeah, because if you notice, mid-game on the second half, Prosper was originally running a Widowmaker setup.
Yes.
Once they saw the Wrecking Ball, of course,
Well,
Wrecking Ball counters a Widowmaker, so they just decided to settle on Hanzo.
Yeah, just rolling.
Yeah.
We gotta switch.
Yeah, just calm down.
We gotta switch.
I actually Prosper this time.
Yes, because again, it's more of that they're still taking that more aggressive approach. And with the Widowmaker, it's Bosco Tech is counter picking in a really smart way. While I think Prosper is still going more on what they know works for the pass, but not really what they should pick to kind of properly face against Bosco.
Prosper is the one that should be countering Bosco, but Bosco
It's countering, yeah, it's an odd situation. But overall, again, Bosco Tech 2-0 so far. One more and we go home.
Yep.
But again, you sometimes prosper at the last minute.
Pretty major upset here over there at Texas. And it seems like we're going to be moving on to round 3 in a little while. So we'll catch you guys real quick.
It looks to be again another pause here, technical difficulty. Maybe a timeout has been called.
Oh, another player.
Another player has disconnected.
Looks like a different player has crashed this time.
Now it looks to be that again Prosper having some technical difficulties. Maybe I believe I'm not sure if they're all playing at the same location. Maybe one's playing.
Maybe. Because I know, their schools are more spread out. It's not just one school.
Yes, it's a couple of schools. So it's more of a program.
So we don't know if they're gaming in the same facility or, they're just at home with their Mountain Dew on the side.
Yeah. And in this situation, again, maybe it was just a strategic pick to just kind of take a time off. Overall, I would say if it works, it works.
Yeah. If they need a timeout, they could always ask.
Yeah, and in this situation, I would say it's rather needed. In such that, I would say, this what would be the word? More of a they're getting opposed rather drastically here by Bosco, getting dominated. So, in a way, it looks to be that the player.
Are they possibly subbing? Oh no.
Oh no, he's coming back. He's coming back. Now he's back on. So it looks to be that we're gonna reload here as we enter a game again. Overall, maybe not only did this maybe help the player get back to game, but also a good timeout is always good.
And that's a recollectively mental gathering over here. Survasa, one of my favorite flashpoint maps over here. Normally I like to go Sigma or Orisa or
Yeah,
JQ.
this is the classic. What is that melody? Spam of all time.
Absolutely.
I remember when I was playing like a couple of weeks. It was just what is that melody spam on this map? It's insane. But again. Oh, for one second I thought, they're actually gonna pick Sigma, but no. Again,
Orisa's great on this map too.
Yes.
Dasby is a very versatile tank, can really play among the objective or with his teammates.
overall,
But Orisa, of course, he can always go Orisa.
overall, Bosco Tech kind of in pause again. It looks to be that another player has been disconnected. But again, just before we give an answer for what's happening here, folks, I would say quite interesting lineup of what we can see so far for Prosper.
Echo and Junkrat.
Ec-
Wow.
and yeah, Echo and Junkrat. Echo, really interesting pick.
Yeah, you don't usually see Echo be played in competitive gameplay, but I mean Echo and Junkrat are actually really good counter picks for Orisa.
Yeah.
So it's good to see them starting to counter. And Mora, well, he's Mora, so can't really do much about that one.
Best DPS in the game. I reiterate, best DPS in the game. Now, overall, again, Bosco Tech staying off with a rather consistent lineup. They haven't changed much. Probably just one or two characters getting swapped up once in
Yeah.
a while. But I would say, just for what I can see for Prosper's side, it's a unique strategy, but there are counter picking Dasby, who has been the main I would say the main tip of the spear for Bosco.
And the player of the game, you can say.
Yes, yes, yes. So it's a good way to still kind of try to wound and create openings for
Of course,
Prosper.
Of course. Going into third round, 2-0 Bosco Tech. I mean, I don't know what Prosper's gonna do over here to hopefully counter Bosco Tech, but it does seem like they're doing some progress in it, going to Echo and Junkrat. As we know, Orisa's main weapon is actually a projectile weapon. So going Junkrat and Echo into an Orisa, pretty good counter pick. And it seems like U4C is going to change into Ilari. And King Doge sticking to Baptiste. No, whatever works, works. He's been doing actually really well as a support.
Yeah, it looks to be
So-
that we're
And also seems like we're going to have a Junk v Junk lineup over here for Bosco Tech and Prosper.
It looks to be that we're back, folks. After sorry for the technical difficulties here, but again, this stuff happens. It's sometimes out of our control. But overall, now possibly last round of today's match. Again, Juno getting tucked into really interesting lineup for Prosper, I would say.
Seems like Prosper hasn't picked out their tank yet.
Let's game again.
All right. All right.
So I think,
They forgot to add him into the custom game.
yeah, I'd say we're gonna cut to a pause here, folks. We'll be right back.
And we are back.
Yeah, it looks to be that the problem has been solved. Some slight technical difficulties here, but again, now overall, as we come back, as usual, Dasby just kind of holding on for a good angle here.
Both staying as a diva. To be honest, I don't know if diva is a good counter against Orisa, in my humble opinion. But let's see if things change today.
Now, overall, again, Dasby just holding on the fort. Bosco Tech, really good control of the flash point here. Good spear use as well.
Diva trying to push in, but he keeps getting pushed back by either that Junkrat statue or that Orisa javelin. Kill on Echo over here. Orisa fully pushing up with the Junkrat here to support. Able to secure the Junk and Juno kill. That's a team
And
kill
team
again.
kill.
Bosco Tech's like repeating the same pattern over and over for each round. Always starts off with a nice team kill.
Nice
And let's
team
see if they're
kill.
gonna push up into the spawn now.
Again, I would say Prosper in a really not favorable position. Bosco Tech already 73% and up on the payload. Really, they're just getting pushed back into a corner now.
Yep. I mean, Prosper is being forced to only push one angle, and with Orisa, here comes Orisa ult actually, unfortunately gets no one.
Yet again, Bosco Tech already with the first flash point as Salad reaches a 5-player kill streak as well as Dasby.
Next flashpoint, let's see how they're gonna transition over here. Prosper sticking with the same lineup, and Bosco Tech also sticking with the same lineup too. Seems like Soldier's gonna get to flashpoint first and secure it, while Orisa is kind of by herself, trying to hold back the enemies from securing the flashpoint. The support and Bosco Tech in general are just overall spread out, giving Prosper a chance to take abuse of that. Diva chasing the Baptiste and gets the kill off that. Echo in the air, 1 HP.
But again, overall, both teams kind of fighting off instead of moving into the next flashpoint position, which is already preset. But Bosco Tech again, as usual, takes the flashpoint first.
Laurie really low right now. He's gonna have to adjust her pillar. Got the Junkrat ult. Let's see if he can make do with this. Bosco Tech not spread out. Junkrat might take advantage of this. But Orisa's able to take down the Junkrat ult. Guys gets the kill on Mora. Juno ult pops out from Prosper.
Just
4 ults out.
4 ulted. Oh, Prosper!
Seems like Prosper's gonna be the ones to get the team kill this time. Here comes
Yet it looks to be that Prosper is still has successfully captured the flashpoint, but it took so much. Even in that situation, they still went a little affected there.
And we just got an update that this is Prosper's B team. This isn't actually their full starting lineup. So it's interesting to see what Prosper's full potential would actually be against Bosco Tech in general.
Yeah,
Here comes Junkrat trying to sneak in an ult, hopefully. Waiting for the group up over here.
now,
Diva
oh,
ult comes out.
and Junkrat out as well. Nobody home, but Diva gets a double kill. Bosco Tech regains the flashpoint, but Prosper did manage to push it until a 54%.
Kill on Junkrat by Jasby.
Now overall, Prosper just anxious here trying to get back the point, or is it get tagged?
Let's focus on something a little here. Salt is switching to Sombra. I played with him in the past, and to be honest, this isn't surprising. Even though they're only in the lead by 1 flashpoint, he seems like he's going to go a little tropic over here. Here comes Orisa ult. Is able to get a hell of damage off this. Gets a 3k out of the ult.
Hyper kill streak.
Here comes the hack on the Mora ult. Insanely smart play. Mech is down. And it seems like Osmotek is able to secure the team kill and the flashpoint as a whole.
Now, Bosco Tech one more flashpoint, and it's a match. Incredible performance so far. Utterly just dominating. Again, Prosper needs to step it up for this last point if they want to win this round.
Baptiste trying to secure the kill on the Mora, and is able to. Somber trying to look for heals. Orisa really low, and Somber dies on Bosco Tech's side. Echo trying to solo off the Cassidy, doesn't work out for him. Juno gets isolated by a 2v1. Cassidy is trapped.
And as usual, Bosco Tech takes the point for 4 and gets sadly gets taken out by Diva.
Seems like Orisa's by herself on point, trying to hold whatever he can. Somber here for the support. Mech is down. Somber really low and dies to the Mora ult. Javelin on Mora. Here's the kill. Seems like Bosco Tech is struggling to hold this site right now. Diva's out.
Ultimate!
Catches Junkrat. Fails to get a kill off that. Was able to keep the flashpoint to themselves.
Really intense. Bosco Tech overall still 55%, almost 60.
Now here comes Orisa again, pushing up really far from the objective to just secure the flashpoint for themselves. Here comes the Diva ult.
And double kill with it!
Gets the Laurie on her pillar. Baptiste down.
Bosco Tech almost everyone being down.
It's just Orisa and no one else. And gets 5v1.
And Prosper takes the payload.
Yep.
Oh, my bad. Flashpoint. Now there's a lot of things happening on the screen field, folks. My bad. Now overall, Prosper managing to maybe step up the pace a little more, but still 92% for Bosco.
Yeah. All they have to do is capture the point and hold it for 10 seconds, and it's wraps for them.
They just need to manage to push off Bosco for long enough.
Lario and Baptiste ult. Here comes the Echo ult, duplicating the Orisa. Orisa taking it personally. Sombra ult. Echo duplicate down.
And Bosco Tech takes back the flashpoint. 95 and 99%, and Bosco Tech takes it.
GG. Raps for Bosco.
So, incredible play. Just performance by Bosco Tech. Play of the game, King Dodge as Baptiste.
Let's take a look. Pops his ult, gets a kill on the Juno, secures the D.Va mech, gets Baby D.Va, while still keeping his team alive. Great play by Baptiste on that last final fight of the game, of the whole entire game in itself.
Wonderful, wonderful performance here by Bosco Tech, dominating such a competitive team too. Now, overall, I would say even though Bosco Tech performed incredibly well, as you guys see, dominated all of the rounds. Now, it looks to be that Bosco still got a little too cocky at that end with those Sombra picks, but overall, what can you say? They were in a position where they were like, all right, I think we're good.
Even though Prosper already had a couple percentages on the last flashpoint, Orisa still decided to push up, really wanting that flashpoint, even spamming the hello voice line, but it still worked out for him. So I don't blame him getting cocky over on his side.
Yeah. Again, overall, also to highlight, even though Bosco did play Prosper, we played one of their teams. It's not.
Yeah, there's 3 teams. We played the varsity team, with their best team being the Prosper Elites. So I'm really concerned. What would be the outcome if we played against the Prosper Elites?
Again, overall, maybe we saw a little taste of what Prosper is, and if what we had today, I'd say, yes, maybe there's areas of opportunity for Prosper, but there is still way more in hand that we have not seen. So again, it's still really early on in the season, so we might witness a rematch between Prosper and Bosco Tech, but this time being the Prosper Elites.
Yeah, it's really cool to see how Bosco Tech has changed over compared to last year.
Yes.
Because our tank, primarily mained Doomfist, which is a dive tank. And
Yes.
the tank really adapts to how the tanks pick and how they counter swap against each other. And the switch to Orisa, I mean, it was just pure domination too. And even though, and the only time he really switched was to Wrecking Ball, and that was to really capture the payload, because that's when it really matters, when they're on offense. And overall, the picks by Bosco Tech worked really well, hand in hand.
No, overall, Bosco Tech has a really good synchrony, and like compared to last year, it was mainly depending on Doomfist.
Yes.
This year, it's a lot more diverse, a lot more cultural based, which is great because you're allowed to have more space to breed with your plays. You have a lot more space to use more characters, which can throw people off guard. Because again, it's always good to have a secured lineup, but it's easier to read in the future. So it's good that Bosco Tech has implemented this new lineup, especially with Orisa, which, as you guys can see today, it turned off perfectly.
Yeah, at first I was really concerned because that Orisa had no skin, so I was like, oh, is this a new freshman tank that I haven't seen before? But it was just our same tank all along, and of course he performed extremely well, really carrying Bosco Tech to that 3-0 that we've always dreamed of.
Exactly. Now, overall, Bosco Tech takes it today, 3-0. Wonderful performance by the team. We'll be right back with an interview.
So how's your day, Luis?
Really good, Ethan. How's yours? Welcome back, everybody. I'm Luis Camacho, and I'm here joined by.
Coach Lowry.
So, to start off, Coach, how do you feel about today's game?
It was great. Really having Dion in there is it's a game changer. Sorry. Um, just he's the rock of the team. Like you can't. There's no team without Dion, and there's no really like our coordination isn't anywhere near it should be without Dion. So having him in there today was really good.
That's great. So, I want to say, one of the questions, like, compared to last week.
Mhm.
Last week, sadly, Bosco Tech didn't manage
Yeah.
to take it. How does it feel to finally, like, after that
Yeah,
loss,
after-
to revamp up again?
Yeah. Now going up 2-0 last week and then the reverse sweep to lose was really difficult. The guy's mental wasn't completely in check the entire game, and it really affected them, like communication wise, like their own gameplay, whatever it may be. It was really difficult for them, I know, because I was in there in between games, like, hey, let's focus up, let's get this. Like we know we're the better team, but once we hit a wall, and you could tell. It is what it is, though.
Sometimes happens, right?
Mhm.
In those situations, I think a loss is not always something bad. It does
Exactly.
help you, like, see, like, for example, you mentioned it. You guys ran into a wall last game, so it's good that you guys got to see that. Because you're like, okay, now let's work around it. Let's
Mhm.
try and improve on it. And as you can see, it worked out perfectly today with that
Yeah.
2-1. Now, tell me, you guys beat Prosper. Prosper is known to be a really competitive team because it's
Yeah.
compared to like other schools, it's more like an organization
Yes.
because it's a mix of multiple schools.
Mhm.
Now, today we faced up against Prosper's varsity team.
Yeah.
What do you think, or how do you feel about facing them later on in the season, but against now the elite team?
The elite team is it's gonna be tough. I know for a fact they have at least 2 or 3 top 500 players. Granted, like Dion is top 10, top 5, but still, like 2 or 3 top 500s on all different roles is gonna be extremely tough to play against.
Mhm.
But I know that like if the guys keep at the pace, if not a little bit faster than how they're improving right now, I know like it'll be a piece of cake.
That's good. That's good. Now, also, again, compared to the last year, what do you say? How do you feel about this roster? Because again, it's a completely
Mhm.
new roster. There's still some returning players, like you mentioned, Dion, but everyone else is completely new. So tell me, how do you feel about this new team?
Yeah, no, losing 3 players from last year's roster, it was tough. And especially because I know the guys got really burnt out towards the end of the season, so they, for the most part, took a break from Overwatch for the entire summer. And I know that they're like barely starting like get back into the like swing of things with like the season and practice and games. So I mean, it's tough, but like I said, if we keep it up, like we'll develop into like the same team, if not better than we were last year. And I mean, that's the ultimate goal.
All right. So again, just overall, what is your main goal for the team to reach at the end of the season? Where do you envision the
Main
team?
goal, I would say that the biggest thing for our team currently, because I know we're probably going to have everyone return for next semester, is at least make quarterfinals, if not semifinals. I know the last 2 like semifinals and finals are going to be really tough because it'll probably be the top 2 teams in the league, like it was last year. Um, and last year we couldn't even get that done. So, I mean, if we can make it back to the same spot we were last season, that's great, especially with, like I said, all the roster changes we had to go through. So if we can get there and then we build on that for next season, it'll be huge.
Well, again, I think the goal is always to improve from last year,
Mhm.
right? And I like what we saw today. I think you guys have improved a lot from last year because I'd say last year it was more dependent on more of our tank or
Mhm.
star tank.
Yeah.
This year, yes, there's still like, okay, we have our main pedestal of the
Yeah.
team, but everyone else now can it. I would say doesn't depend on it.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone's like not really doing their own thing, but they're making sure they're getting enough done so that everything doesn't have to be on Dion's behalf.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So thank you so much,
Yeah, of
Coach,
course.
for your time. Again, wonderful performance today. Thank the team on my part.
Yeah.
They did
I'll
incredible.
let him know. Yeah.
So overall, thanks for joining us, folks. Again, we have more games this week. We have Rocket League and Halo left for the remaining of the week. Halo streams tomorrow at 2:30, so stay tuned for that. Again, my name is Luis Camacho.
Coach Lowry.
Don't forget to click that like button and to subscribe, and we'll